in the hype of leagues, here's what's going to happen. We are going to look at everyone's different league demonic pack builds, and I'm going to rate them based on how much IQ I think you have for your build. Now, this isn't going to take into consideration your regions and your relics because that's too much effort for me to give a shit about. I'm basically going to look at this and try to assume your game plan and then judge you based on what I think, and you're going to have an IQ score on the side. So this is my skill tree. I'm obviously going to go heavy melee build with a little bit of tribrid to be able to not rely on heavy and melee with protection, parry, penetration where needed, mostly in maybe the gauntlet, and then obviously this handles Olm if I go to Karen. So if I go Karen Tramwin, I'm covered. 250 IQ build. This is the most fun skill tree build you can possibly get in Old School RuneScape League 6. Secondly, we have Shangers. We have already looked at this tree. Shangers, I rated him 80 IQ because he's choosing to go Powered Staff and fucking Spellbook Magic. He has 0 prayer penetration on this tree and no other skills to spec into. So if he walks into anything with prayer, he's fucked. And also, he's switching between Powered Staffs and Spellbook casting. I don't know fully what the logic there is. Whether he's just going to do Powered Staff for a bit and then go into the Wand, it might be worth just leaning straight into one or the other, especially if he's going Kandarin. Who knows? If you want to submit your build, boys, put it in the Discord general chat. I'll go through and have a look, and we can all make fun of it together. And if you think I'm wrong on any of these opinions, do let me know. I'm going to change Shangers from 80 to 60 IQ because I just thought about this even harder. So he's a 60 IQ Andy. We can get rid of his 80 IQ. Okay, next up, where's the tabs? All right, our next build, we did just briefly look at this one, the first one. It is from Chaotic Killer. Now, Chaotic Killer, this is not a bad build because obviously, like he stated, he's got his mage build here for water spells, only picking the spellbook. He's not, and he's going melee build, and the range build here is purely to buff the melee build. And as we discussed, this crossbow relic here is only useful because he's going with additional triggers. Otherwise, and that's based off of melee attack triggers, so pretty big. I would maybe still consider, like I said earlier, opting to take the offhand boost, especially if you are going to prioritize mage. You could maybe swap the range damage here for the increased range strength and mage strength if you're going to have the mage offhand. Like, for example, do this. That might be better. I don't know how much 1 range percent damage is versus 5 range strength. Do the math. Otherwise, this build hybrid, Chaotic Killer, I'm gonna give you this is 110 IQ. It's pretty good, pretty big in comparison to my 250 IQ build. Pretty decent, better than Shangers. Shangers don't know what the fuck he's doing. Now we've got here the mage range bow setup. This is from Lifer Finds a Way, TM. Alright, he has 0 melee, doesn't give a fuck. He's got prayer penetration. We're looking at 90% rune regen. Prayer penetration is at an all-time high of 75%. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. He's going into air and water, powered staff, and spellbook. Can someone please explain to me why you would want both? Just so I know, just so I understand this properly. The site is here, Dark Courier. It's not the wiki one. It's that website there. Then we're heading right down here to the side into the ranged region where you never miss. 5% chance in any style to roll max accuracy. This is increased by 5% for each tile between you, of course. And then, of course, doing more damage provided you don't take damage. Excellent. Very good. I'm not sure why people are picking spellbook and powered staff. I feel like you should pick one or the other. Because you could probably get rid of like powered staff, for example, and then go. If you're not going to get ancients, you could probably. You got range echo. You could do the range echo plus 5% chance if you regen ammo. Maybe you could increase the max hit of your echoes. You could up that. You could up your prayer penetration from 75% to 90. You could do that. That would probably be pretty big. If you're going for an offhand, you could also do the heal offhand over here. That could be pretty big. I let Blood Barrage build would be kind of broken. It could be pretty good, yeah. A lot of mage users, there are. IQ of this build, I'm gonna give you I've set the benchmark at 110. Let me have a look at that shit again. Hold on. Fuck. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm gonna put you in the. I'm gonna give you 120. I think it's slightly better than the other one, only because we're finally utilizing some penetration here. You're slightly above whatever that other guy was. I can't remember his name. Chaotic Killer. Okay, we got a little list here. We got an order of reason here. Don't try to justify the reasonings behind my scores. They are all completely unsolicited and don't make any sense. Didn't we just fucking look at this build? Is this the same thing? Bro, you got the exact same fucking build. Am I on drugs? They're the same build, right? Box, is that correct? Are you fucking with me? Mine isn't that? Hold on, mate. Let's get to the bottom of this, alright? Website's mid. No, it says this is your build. It's telling me that this is the Bucks build. Did you save the build correctly? Oh, let me close that shit. Let me open it up independently. Here we go. Yeah, mate, this is the build it's giving me. I think you're telling porkies and you're embarrassed. You're copying someone else's build, mate. That's bullshit. What's this one here? Yeah, I don't. Maybe try your saving your build again. My build's on a different website. The wiki tools. That's okay. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look. We got Ome here with the Thorns build with the Earth runes. Okay, so we're going into range over here just for accuracy and defense. Big. Yeah, going for defense is huge here. Prey penetration kind of sounds unnecessary if you're going with Thorns. I will be honest with you. And 125% chance to regen runes, ammo, and charges. That's a bit excessive. So what are we doing here with this Earth build? To increase your defense. Okay. Each spell deals additional flat damage based on your current defense. Earth spells hits reduce the enemy's defense. And you get an increase in defense per Earth rune generated. Now, am I correct in saying that if you have 125%, you have a chance to over-generate runes? Is that correct? Does a powered staff charged with Earth spells, GG Echo Staff, count as Earth spells? No. No, it has to be from a spell. Flat damage and Thorns healing proc? Yeah, my point is just, if you have 100, is there a difference between 100 and 125% rune regeneration? Do you have a 25% chance to generate an additional rune with that 125? I don't know. Because if it is, that's kind of a big play for this defense procking shit. Otherwise, you could definitely like pull the foreskin back a little bit on your regeneration and go elsewhere. But this Thorns build is fucking massive, dude. I do love it. I think it's excellent. That's great, because with Thorns, you don't have to do shit. You have a shield equipped, you just put on a big tank shield and you go nuts. We're full Justy. You better be going Mauritania. Full Justy. Grab a nice tanky shield, whether it's a crystal shield or an Elysian if you're going wilderness, or whatever shield you can. And you just fucking let them know, dude. It generates, so it'll generate additional runes, then that's big. Hell yeah. You don't need prayer penetration, to be honest. I would fuck off prayer penetration that doesn't feel necessary, if you can. Let me have a look at this real quick. Do you even need accuracy? 85% accuracy in all combat styles? I mean, maybe. You're probably better off. You got the overheal. You can probably go more accuracy. Like if I do this, even more rune regeneration, right? No, that's the same. Let's have a look here. No, because you want that defense, don't you? I don't think you need prayer penetration. I think you can fuck that off. You've already got the heal there. Did they stack? Overhealing? Do you need overheal? You could overheal. Or... no, you kind of, that's kind of your bottleneck on this build, is that you're restricted to pretty much fuck all. Yeah, so you're probably right with what you went, to be honest. Because that 30% regen is the same as here. You just get a bit more accuracy rather than prayer penetration. I mean, this just makes you more accurate, right? Versus prayer pen. That gives you 155 combat rune regeneration, actually, but it is prayer penetration. So you could do that instead. My accuracy versus the small pen. Yeah, I don't know if accuracy or prayer penetration is going to really matter. Your damage is going to come from thorns, right? And regenerating runes is what's going to give you defense. It's not about hitting. It's about casting, right? Whenever your combat spells regenerate earth runes, your combat spells regenerate. You don't even need to attack them. You just need to cast the spell. Triple thorn damage and flat armor from earth. Yeah, and this gives you an extra 30% to regen a rune on top of your current build. And you don't have to actually hit him, so your accuracy doesn't really matter. Extra flat damage on earth spells based on defense. Yeah, exactly. And you get more defense with the more runes that get regenerated, right? So going for regen over accuracy is probably a play, to be honest. Is that not correct? So you can probably get rid of this. If there's more regen somewhere, you could probably fuck this off. I don't know if there is that option. I think you might be capped out here. You could go with strength over here. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like you may be capped out though, so that's kind of where it ends for you, unless you plan on using a spec weapon. Yeah, pretty solid. I like this. Earth tank. That's 160 IQ, dude. Big. Very good. Who we got next? Global warming. What? Oh no, that was global warming just then. Very good global warming, very good. Good. Who's this? Sanguine Hawk gives us the range thrown hand attack shit with crossbow. He wants crossbows hitting max hit always. Nice and slow, nice and strong. He wants them to roll accuracy twice. He wants thrown weapons that's equipped to have increased accuracy, and for them to now throw an additional target nearby, which is big. Little bit of melee, just for fast attacks on your melee, and then fast mage damage. I'm assuming you plan to run a whip or something. And the damage from the thorns only from defense bonus, not level. A defensive stats, I think. I think it's your defensive roll, which would be your bonus and your level, I believe. There's like a defense roll, which is like 80,000 points or some shit. Maybe you might be right, actually. I don't know. I'm not too sure. VO40, if you're here in the kick chat, thank you for the 4 months, dude. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Whip / dagger 10 whip. Yep. Okay. Cool. Good. How much accuracy have we got here? 145% accuracy. Okay. What sort of spec weapon do we plan on using here, mate? Because you got a slight mistake here. Not a slight mistake, but can I recommend getting rid of your accuracy here and putting this one on? That way, you get increased damage from your powered staff when you regenerate fire runes. So you can actually like get a benefit from this relic. Just a thought. Just a thought. Put on that one. GCB, dagger, the serb weapon. Okay. Okay. I would probably consider speccing into this then. If you're going to go with throwing weapons like a blowpipe, you're going to have fast attack speed, you might want to spec into that for the 2% restore, but the 20% not using it is pretty big too. Okay. Otherwise, pretty good. It's only 1 extra damage, no? It's 1 extra damage per rune regenerated. If you're going to have a 2-tick shadow, for example, and it's going to regenerate 5 runes, and you have 110%, technically you have a 10% chance on top of that to make it 2, but it's guaranteed additional damage. Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah, it's only 1 extra damage. Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you could do that. You could fuck that off. Probably go to melee damage here if you're going to run that dagger. Where can I link my build? Into the shadow, into the Discord general chat. Won't have shadow. Cat. Any raid gives all 3 mega rares. Oh, so you're not going to have a raid at all. You're going Kandarin, Asgarnia, Tiramwin? I hope you have fun with your build. Elite Void. You're going Kandarin for Elite Void. For Ballista max hits, just for the memes. I wouldn't go Asgarnia for the Zarek crossbow then if that's the case. Personally, if you're going to go Ballista. Ballista would be fucking memes. And then I would just run Ballista and not run the Zarek crossbow. You're not going to want to use it because the ballista is going to be so big. So you could arguably get rid of Asgarnia, but then again, yeah, for the dagger. Yeah, okay. Alright, no. Have fun with that build. I'm going to give you 80 IQ on that because that path sounds like fucking AIDS, but I do hope you have fun with it. Personally, that makes me want to fucking die. Who we got here? Mr. Conductor. Whoa. The fuck? You've just copied my build. This is my build. This is my style. I don't want you doing my style. Have you spent 40 points? What the hell have you spent your points on? The fuck? Prayer regeneration. Air spells. What fucking air spells are you casting, mate? Look at this build. Are you seriously going to sit there and tell me that you're going to sit there casting air spells and regenerate them? Get the fuck out of here. Turn this shit off. That's terrible. That's bad. That's terrible. You're not maging. Look at this build. You're not maging. Why the fuck have you got the, why have you got the air rune shit on here, man? Defense level boost? Come on, man. Let's have a look here. Let's do this properly. Alright, let's fix your build right now. Are you going to be using a special attack weapon? Step 1. Get rid of this garbage and put it on damage. There. Okay, step 2. Get rid of this, because you're not casting air spells for your prayer regen. It's just not fucking happening. So let's put that, I would say... Let's have a look here. You're going to be overhealing 90%, are you? You're going to have 90% fucking overheal? 90% chance to recharge runes and ammo and charges, which you're not going to need any... Nothing on this tells me you're going to be using charges. Your minimum hit when attacking with melee weapons is increased by 3. Where's this overheal? Up to 90% of your base hit point overheal. Okay, so then why don't you go... lean into your range echoes a little bit here, okay? Get rid of this 15 level boost and throw it on here so your echoes that trigger here go harder, okay? Bit more damage out of your echoes. What else can you do about this build? Fix this bullshit. You have 0 prayer penetration. Yep, you have no prayer penetration, so good luck fighting anything with prayer. So let's fix that real quick by Reducing some of your accuracy. What's your accuracy at? 130%? I think you can sacrifice a bit of accuracy for a bit of prayer pen, I think, mate. A little bit of pen. A little bit of pen. You're going to run a scythe, are you? You just need blood rinse for a scythe and legs, I think. I don't think you need vials of blood. So, depending on your relics, you might not need to save the charges that hard. You might be okay, but I'll give it to you. I'll leave it with you. So, if you're going scythe, you won't need this. Are you going scythe or noxious halberd? I feel like, in my mind, from what I'm reading, the only reason you would ever max this is if you're running a halberd main weapon. So if you're going to use a scythe as your main weapon, you can fuck that off. Where's that build at? This is someone's build on the wiki. But we're just fixing it up for him so he looks more tolerable going into the league. Both? You're going to use both. Alright, so we'll keep that there then. I think that's slightly better, what I've adjusted. It's only a slight tweak. But I don't think you're going to need to do this increased mage level when you regen runes and then regen prayer, because you're not really going to cast spells, are you? You're not going to be using air runes. Nox Haley if I get the damage buff and scythe for mobs. Yep, okay. Well, I would just Nox Haley full time and have the scythe for blind bag, personally. Since you're expecting to blind bag. That's what I would do. Just blind bag with the scythe. Which means then regenning doesn't need a whole lot. You could fuck that one off. Oh no, you need that, do you? Okay, oops. You can't fuck that one off. Not entirely. Not unless you go that way to that way. Good prayer regen. That's regen runes anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, cool. I recommend making those changes. IQ for this build, like 90. 90 IQ. I'm giving you a soft 90 there, mate. But not bad. Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing it in action. You're going Mauritania, which means that we can raid together. Sounds good. What is this? Someone's got their own website here. Going nuts, Mr. Gecko. And he's not touching melee at all. He doesn't want a bar of it. He just wants... Bro, this is more than 40 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, 2, 3. You got 43 fucking points on here, you cheating little cunt. Get out of it. Fix it. Then come back. The hell is that? Unless I can't count. Alright, what do we got here? Dingleberg with the D-Claw Rage. He's gone in and he's just claw specking everything. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. If you're claw specking, you don't need 195% accuracy. Claws are already fucking accurate. You could dial that back a bit and up your damage a little bit. Personally. It's my opinion. You are going to absolutely fucking cut people up though, which is pretty cool. So, in my opinion, to fix your build here, just a little bit, what we'll do is we'll... what sort of prayer penetration we got here? 30% prayer pen. How heavy are claws? Like if you unlock Dragon Claws and you rush, oh, they're just under a kilo. That's toxic. Okay. Maybe, I mean, you could, what you should do is lower your accuracy and then just run prayer bonus for 50% increased strength on your claws, which will be big. Lots of damage there. Very good. You're running claws. What else have we got here? You won't have the offhand. Do you really need that overheal? You've already got 2 overheals. You want a 3rd overheal? 5% chance per attack in any style to roll max accuracy. It increases by 5% for each tile distance between you and your target. I mean, that's probably worth a fair bit. You don't need rune regeneration. What the fuck for? You're not doing anything. You don't need it, so you could fuck that off. That's 1, 2, 3. No, a bit more there, okay. I would recommend that damage buff. Just a slight tweak. Use some weird picks early for DDS until I get claws. Yeah, no, I like that. That's cool. Cool. You could even arguably go get rid of accuracy here and the regen and go into here. So your max hit when attacking with melee weapon is increased by 4% and an additional 4% for every 3 tiles. So it's only a 4% boost, but make it 5% there. So that's an extra 5% melee damage at the sacrifice of 15 accuracy. You still got 165% accuracy, 60% regen, and then that's a total increase of, fuck, who knows how much in total. Quite a bit more defense combat, you know? I'd recommend that. That's just my recommendation. This sounds like it'd be fun as hell, but it'd be fucking tedious. I'm gonna give it 130 IQ. That's pretty baller, pretty baller. Alright, who we got next? Mr. Zick. Alright, what do we got here? Thorns, very nice. Oh yeah, the crossbow thorns tank. I like it. Very strong. How can I fix this for you? What sort of problems are we gonna run into? You're not special attacking, which is fine. Ranged echoes triggering. What bow are you using? I wouldn't waste my time. If you're going to run crossbow, I wouldn't waste my time with bows never missing and then the bows attacking faster. Like you're not really going to achieve much with that, are you? You're going to run crossbow and tank. Was that crossbow? I would fuck this off. I would fuck this off. And then I would put, I mean, you may as well put it into that echo triggering. And then you can increase your damage further. You're going to run a shield. You can get extra range strength over there. Yeah, just more range damage. Why not? Up here, defense, overheal. 2 overheals. Do you need to overheal that much? Probably not. You could probably fucking overheal off and go even more damage if you wanted. It's not a lot of damage, but it is there. I don't think you need... How much accuracy you got here? 65% accuracy, that's actually enough. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, you've got blind bag just for a sec. I don't know if you need blind bag. I feel like if you're gonna, like, do you really need blind bag? Is that necessary? You're gonna run Bofa? What would you run Bofa for if you got the crossbow? I am respecing from melee and range with that mage range tank build. Okay, I see. 41 if you count the one in the middle. Just got rid of an overheal. Yeah, I can't count. My bad. I made a Thorn tank build. Wonder if I can be improved. It's in Discord. I'll have a look in a minute. I think if this is your build and you're relying on crossbow, I wouldn't fuck with the Bofa at all. I would leave that out, and I would probably consider. You could definitely do this offhand thing. I don't know. Otherwise, what the changes I made here, consider them. I don't mind that build. 130 IQ, pretty solid. Who we got next? Pony Blaze. Okay. Pony Blaze needs to die. Gilchrist. Let's have a look. What do we got here? Oh wow, you're speccing into 2 different range weapons. You're going to swap between crossbow and bow. Very interesting. So you got all 3 attack styles. I wouldn't worry about prey penetration at all. I would fuck the prey penetration off. It's blind bag. But that's fine though. Yeah, if you're going to do all 3 attack styles, I wouldn't bother with prey penetration. I'd close the book, to be honest. And 30% isn't a lot. You either lean into it or you don't. You know, bite, chew, swallow. Don't just nibble on it. How much you got here? 60%. Personally, you go on 3 attack styles. Well, you're not maging. You are maging. What the fuck is this? Earth spells deal additional flat damage based on your defense. When the fuck are you using Earth spells? What is this shit? Mage at Olm and Huey? Okay, so what I was thinking, okay, so what I would do, if you're going to do that, Mage at Olm and Huey, perfect, great. Get rid of prayer penetration, that's 3 points there. I would then go with, I would go, are you going to use a wand? You're probably going to use a wand, right? You're going to want to build into that wand, otherwise you're going to have a hard time. So I would go, how do you get to the 1 from here? I'd get rid of that. And I would go, I'll go regen, damage into wand maybe. If it's just for Ulm, you don't really need to worry about like regenerating the earth rune for any effect. But this way you get a faster attack speed. Better rune regeneration, bit more mage damage. And you still got 1 rune left. So you could still choose this bad boy here. Or, even better, you could go into range strength. You could double your ability for an echo to get procced. You could throw this one on because you're going to use a crossbow, right? Zero crossbow. Extra 50% chance to trigger an echo. That could work. This is just an idea, just a suggestion, just my opinion. That's all I'm going to give you. I'm giving this an IQ rating of 90. Not bad. Not bad. This is an MTZ region build. No, this is maybe, yeah, maybe. Blind Bag just seems a decent option early game since I'll be going more melee thorns to start. Seemed like is DPS better than 1% damage or strength? Yeah, no, you're right, you're right. Absolutely. Okay, we have tank here. Mr. Tank. Tank build, and then thrown weapons. Okay. Can I recommend going into this tile here somehow? Because you're going to want to, like, healing based off of thorns would be pretty good, especially the distance from your target. It's not going to be a huge distance because you're using thrown weapons, but it will definitely keep you alive. The more health you have, the more thorns you can deal, right? So, with that in mind, might I recommend I don't know why that's turned on. Do you plan on using powered staffs to regenerate earth runes? How do you plan on getting earth runes? Tank plus thrown weapon sounds intriguing. It does. I just want to know why this earth runes business is here. If you're going to use this earth rune build, you're going to want attack speed. So you're going to want to go into either spellbook, if you're going to use a wand, or powered staff speed. Otherwise, there's no point trying to regenerate earth runes, because it's slow. You're better off just using your range weapon the entire time with prayer penetration. So I would recommend trying to build into this here. Maybe by doing this. And then get a little bit more prayer penetration because you've only got 30%. You could do that. Or you build into the staff, which if you do that, you won't need prayer penetration. You know, you could build like you'd have to go this way, right? You'd need another few points to get to the staff. That's what I would do personally. Two different options there. You might have to sacrifice some of these +5 defense level boost relics. But you've got you've only got 65% rune regeneration, you know, it's not a lot. So you kind of I wouldn't bother, personally. I would put more effort into your thorns, into your tanking. Me. That's my opinion. Whether you agree with my opinion is up to you. Like, you could do this here for your ranged echoes, more ranged echoes. Like, this could really increase your damage on ranged while you're wearing a shield. I would fuck this whole mage system off. I'm gonna completely rebuild your thing here. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna fix it for you. We will still go with defense there. That's fine. A bit of prayer pen. Why not? You're only going to have one attack style, but Thorns is going to do a lot of your damage. That's where a lot of it comes from. So, what's next? Maybe extra ammo, I'd say. Just echoes, non-stop. Consider that instead. Until then, 100 IQ. Just consider that. That's my opinion. Who was that for? That was for Matt. Alright, Conductor, back again with another plan. Dragonclaw Thorn Spec, maybe? Or something? Or spanking with some sort of... What's the spec weapon of choice here, mate? Not touching mage at all. Big. Out of the 3 raids we currently have, which one would you recommend a new player learn? Or is the most approachable to learn solo for the main game so far based on your current packs? Learning it in leagues? Chambers and Zarek. Theatre of Blood if you have friends. This is for the Elemental Dagger. Okay, do we know what the special attack in the Elemental Dagger is yet? One thing you're going to need here is prayer penetration. So maybe consider not being a twat. Get rid of that, put that there. Like, do we really need all these overheals, guys? How are you going to heal? So you're not really going to be healing that much. Where's the healing relic? 10% chance to heal based off your distance between you and the target. You're going to be pretty close to the target. So at most you're healing 2 hit points at a time. And then you're taking damage to deal damage. I would probably... it sounds like to me you're better off going here. Whenever attack deals 0 damage to you while either a 2-handed shield or an offhand is equipped, you're healed for 2 and restore 2 prayer points. That's far more logical, at least. And then you might want a bit more prayer pen. Right? Maybe even... No, you won't be able to get that. It's the damage round that removes 5 HP per attack for 5 attack. Yeah, I guess so, but you've got to be... you've got to out-heal it still, right? Only 5 overhealed. This isn't a 30% chance to overheal. This is up to 30% chance. So if you've got 99 HP... Your max health with even 2 of them is 150, right? I don't think you're going to cap... I think with this relic on, you're not going to hit 150 ever. You're going to be losing health just as fast as you gain it. Especially if you take damage. Because Thorns is going to be triggering it as well. It's only a 10% chance to heal. So I would say, if you were using a long range attack, maybe, but because you're going to be 1 tile away with that dagger, because you're only going to have, no, you're not even increasing your melee range. Like, what's your melee range? You're getting 1 HP at a time. Right, your melee range isn't being increased at all, so I don't think there's a strong chance you're going to max heal. I always thought TOA is easier raid over Cox. It is, yes. I don't have much experience. TOA is much easier to learn in the main game. That's why I'd recommend a different raid to learn. Why only 1 kilo? That determines between daggers and whips versus halberds and scythes and things like that. Different effects from them. So... Not bad though, not a bad little build. Not a bad little build. You're gonna have a hard time without prayer penetration and the ability to reach shit. That's the only thing. Attack range is limiting on that one. We've got Darkstar Tribrid. Do you know what Tribrid means, cunt? He does. Alright, don't worry. I misread. Okay, very good. Melee range is doubled by using 2-handed weapons. What is the 2-handed weapon of your choice? What are we looking at here? Shangus 60 IQ? Yeah, you got 60 IQ build there, Shangus. Yeah. Don't worry, we've fairly judged you. Attack rate with powered staff is sped up by 3, okay. And you're going fire runes, are you? I'd go water runes instead, mate, I'll be honest with you. I think you should go water runes. You're overhealing and you want to do overheal damage. Oh no, you don't. You just don't give a fuck, apparently. That's what I'd do. You want to overheal damage with melee. Bro, have you got... What the fuck is this? While a throwing weapon is equipped, you have a fuck, turn that shit off. You're not even using throwing weapons. What are you wasting fucking relics for? You're tri-breeding, you don't need prayer penetration. Turn that off. So you got a free relic there. What you're going to do with this build is you're going to stack. Prayer bonus for more strength. Alright, I fixed your build. There you go. Happy to help. It was 70 IQ, now it's 75 IQ because I had to help you. Happy to be of service, Mr. Darkstar. Right, what do we got here? We got a guy that's posted his build and he's giving me all these fucking excuses like Mauritania, Cox, and Asgarnia. Let's have a look. You got a Mauritania and you're not going with the halberd build, okay? Are you going blind bag? Alright. Chambers of Zerek for specs. Main two-handed melee. 7-point dip for 1 tick sang. Crossbow max for... You realize if all raids give all 3 mega rares, right? So you'll be able to get Shadow instead of the sang stuff. Crossbow max for pseudo executioner. Access to claws and Zarek crossbow. Torva plus thrown for sustained range damage between crossbow nukes for more DPS on bosses with overheads and high defense. Yeah, that's bullshit, dude. There's no way. It's my opinion. If you guys are building crossbow builds, you're not using thrown. You're out of your mind if you think you're just gonna throw darts and knives and then just slip a crossbow in there real quick. No, you're crossbowing max hit, always max hit. 70% increased damage on the crossbow, 2 ticks slower. What's the current max hit for osrs business slot range? Right? Where's best in slot range gear? Best in slot gear, try it now. Best in slot for range. With range strength. But let's go. What is this website? I've never used this before. Can I change this? What the fuck? Where's it? Gearscape? Let's do this math real quick. You're seriously telling me you're gonna go and play with range gear? If we go Zarek crossbow, alright, we have dragon bolts. Doesn't really matter what. Let's go dragon diamond for argument's sake, because ruby bolts are capped at 110. Dragon diamond, diamond dragon, diamond dragon, diamond dragon E. Alright, and you're gonna go. You're not gonna have Missouri. You're gonna have Torva, but you're never gonna miss, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so you're gonna wear Torva. Your boots are going to be, what are you doing? Mauritania, Cox, Asgarnia. Your boots are going to be Avernic Treads. Your gloves are going to be Zarite. You're going to have a Twisted Buckler from Cox. You're going to have no Venator ring. You're going to have just a fucking ring of penis. Are you going to have an Anguish? No. You're going to have a Fury. And you're going to have a Quiver. Alright, and is there any other way to boost your range here based on strength or... No, that's going to be your best range damage, right? Always max hit, double accuracy. Your max hit already is... What if I do it on Olm? Olm head, please. 34, so let's go with, you're going to get Rigor from Cox, 41. You're going to be boosted beyond relief. Where the fuck are the boosts? So let's just throw the overload on. 50 is going to be max hit, proc 63. And then you're going to... What was it, 50? And then you've got over here... 20% chance to recharge spec, so you're going to guarantee spec. Let's go 63 is your max hit, because you're going to be specking with it. You're going to go with a plus 70% damage. So 63, 70% of 63 is what, guys? 70% of 63 is 42. So you're going to go from 63 plus roughly 42. It's probably more like 45. But you're going to have about 105 max hit plus another 6%, which is just another 6-ish. That's your max hit. That's guaranteed to hit on crossbow. Roughly, you're probably close to 120, right? You're looking at about 120 max hit, guaranteed. It's 107. There you go. Plus the 6%. You're looking at close to 120. Then you've got the range strength of plus 5 here. So that's going to go up even further because your range strength is going to be increased. It's already plus 5. So let's just add Missouri for argument's sake for the strength bonus. Missouri body is plus 4. So that's already an extra max hit, you know. Sorry if I'm making too much sense here. But in my opinion, you're not using thrown range weapons. You're not doing it. You can fuck that off 100%. You can get rid of that. And you can probably turn on an extra echo. You can increase your range damage. You can have some fun over here with a bit more power in your mage or mage build, range melee build, sorry. I need a new game to play, Jack. Snipe me. What game is this? It's still RuneScape. Still is RuneScape. You should stay on Orangi Bang. Make a new account ready for leagues. Fuck it. It'll be high. You seem right about Throne. I would get rid of Throne, personally. Fuck it off. Not worth it. That's my opinion. That'll fix your build. If you're going to go crossbow, don't go Throne. Alright, we've got double R Reese here. What's Reese doing? Reese is going... he's going full tank build with mage. It's called Prickly Magic. Let's have a look. I like the name. Are you going powered or... Shanga's made the same mistake here. That's why he's 60 IQ. Are you doing powered stars or are you doing fucking spellbooks? What are you doing? Pick one. It's 40 confirmed, yeah. Like you can't sit there and tell me you're gonna swap between powered stars and spellbooks. Both of them will do the same thing. Do you want a 2-tick shadow or do you want 2-tick spellbook? Or 3-tick spellbook, sorry. 2-tick if you go harmonized orb. What is your choice? My opinion, the shadow will regenerate less runes at a time but be more powerful. The spellbook will regen more runes and will help you with your Thorns effect. Plus, Thorns only works if you have a shield. So get rid of the powered staff. Fuck that off. Alright, powered staff main, then swap to smoke spells was the idea. Fuck it off. No. Because if you're using powered staff, your Thorns becomes irrelevant, right? Because you need to have a shield equipped to gain the Thorns effect. So, you're not using a powered staff, fuck it off. Don't use it. Just get a wand, Kodo wand, or whatever wand you can. Something, Dragon Hunter wand, which is in Valamor, I believe. You're sorted. Put a shield on, Thorns will do all the work, and start casting spells. So air runes, perfect. I wouldn't waste my time with water. I don't think. I wouldn't waste my time with fire. No, you're going to be earth. You're casting earth runes all the time. I wouldn't waste my time with water either. Unless you want to for healing. What is shadow spells? Shadow uses air. Yeah, so that's good. Counts as earth spells. Oh, yeah, whenever you use combat spells, regenerate air runes. Yeah, so you'll be getting air and earth spells. So this counts as an earth spell for damage, but you'll be getting air runes regenerated because you use air runes. Is that correct? Yeah, okay. So you'll get air runes back because you're using shadow spells. Good play. I like that. Smart man. Good man, good man. So that'll be good for your prayer restore. Very good. Depends on Canon's echo for me. Yeah, powered staff main. I wouldn't use that. You've got 2 extra points here now. I would look at possibly prayer penetration up here. Or I would look at, if you've got 2 spare points, don't need air spell damage. Yeah, I'd go prayer pen, dude. That's what I'd do, personally. If you're removing the powered staffs, get rid of the 4 nodes using elementals for powered staffs. Where are they? Oh, here. New regenerate charges from a powered staff or wand. Also regenerate 1 earth rune. What's a powered staff or wand? What does it mean by wand? Yeah, get rid of that. What sort of wand regenerates? Oh, does it mean like Eye of Iac wand? What does that mean? Whenever you would regenerate charge. Oh, as if it was a. So if you're using a Kodai, it would count as water, right? Fire Rune regen would work for us as Dark Demon Bane. +7 to the max hit when you regen. True, true. Yeah, I would fuck these 2 off as well then, actually. Good call, good call. Get rid of that water spell. You've got so much power you can play with here now. Now you can get more damage there. The damage in mage is kind of limited, which is a little bit cringe. But you could go with more rune regeneration. You kind of want to guarantee that with more defense for your thorns. So then you go more rune regeneration here to 95% with more guaranteed defense with thorns. That might be more ideal for you, Mr. Double R Reese. In my opinion, this is a pretty 105 IQ build. Consider that. Consider that. Now we've got Cerza. What's Cerza got here? Cerza is having fun. He's having a good time. Prey penetration, crossbow build, thorns. This is perfect. I love this build. This is going to be so fun. If people do this sort of build, you're going to have a lot of fun. This is big. Yeah. Straight into crossbow, straight into thorns. Don't give a fuck, man. That's huge. Plus 75% accuracy. What's your accuracy at? 100%. 120% chance to regenerate runes and ammo. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good, man. That's a fun build. I fuck with that. That's high IQ. That's like 160 IQ. Alright, TJ. What the fuck is this? How many websites have got this stuff going on? Got it. Alright, what do you got here, mate? Oh, wow. Oh, this is where that other guy got his thing from. Ah. Alright, you've done it again. What? Like, am I missing something? Am I retarded or are people retarded? Please correct me if I am wrong. I need to know. Why are we picking powered and wand? If you think about this endgame wise, because you don't want to waste the respec on changing one tile, are you really switching between wand and powered staff? I feel like you're going with one or the other. If you want to regenerate runes hard, you go wand. If you want to do a lot of magic damage in a short period of time, you go staff. I feel like staff is for those not speccing into... I think I fucked up with your... No, you've only put 3090 by the way, you have a spare relic. I feel like powered staff is for those not speccing heavily into mage. Personally. So I would get rid of this. If you're going to spec into mage, go hard. Go off. Damage and healing, perfect. Love that for you. More damage there and there. That's great. But you're running thorns without defense. This is the only thing, right? Without a whole lot of defense, which is fine. You'll just benefit more from thorns if you do a little bit of earth here and there, but I don't really think it matters. Are you really gonna... I'll be blood barraging. You're gonna be on ancients. I hope you have fun with this build, but to me this is pretty fucking 60 IQ. This looks like it's gonna be fucking ass. For me. Fuck all that. Good luck in Kandrin though. I've been avoiding league and stuff. This looks overwhelming. It's... Pick a build and run with it, dude. My idea was to heal as fast as I get damaged. Then yeah, you don't want to use powered staffs. You want to sit on this. And you want to just maximize your mage damage, which is pretty much what you've done. If that's the case. Yeah. That's about as good as you're going to get in that build then, if that's the sense. Powered staff is basically what osrs calls weapons that with built-in spells you can't use otherwise use. Yes. A powered staff is a staff that doesn't require a spell to attack. Can you tell people not to shit up general chat? No, we're currently using it. They have my permission to do what they're doing. This is what we're doing. Okay, here we go. Nothing but bow. This is the last one from... Is this Mr. Morv? Make. This is make. Make the lair bar. Alright, here we go. Nothing but bow. Let's assess the situation here. Okay, so your first problem you're going to have is prayer penetration. What requires prayer penetration, guys? Echo bosses have prayer penetration. Have prayers. You're going to need prayer penetration for your echo bosses. So let's fuck off some of this regenning ammo. Well, let's get rid of this defense shit, okay? Fuck that off. Get some fucking pork on your fork, alright? Let's start using our brains here a little bit. Let's get some prayer pen going. Alright, down here. Oh, that's not prayer pen. Ew. Okay, don't worry. Let's go out here and there. No, we don't want that. Okay. While prayer protections are not active, you restore 1 prayer point. Nah. Okay, let's do that. How else can we get prayer pen here without getting fingered? Fuck that off. Let's get a bit of prayer pen here, alright? You're at 45% prayer penetration now. Now you can fly through the echo bosses. Echo bosses have overheads, you're not going to be able to stop. Elite for Hunliff if you're picking that, yeah. 1 attack style CGs were great last league, yeah, but you had prayer penetration. That's what you need to make sure you've got here. Prayer penetration is only for mods with overheads, which is only a few. All echo bosses have overhead prayers. So if you're going to go 1 attack style, you're going to have a fucking hard time doing echo bosses with that attack style. If you want to use your bow, you're going to want prayer pen. Absolutely. Or you're just going to struggle with your echo bosses, which means you're going to struggle with getting more points in your echo weapons. So that's what I would do. Bonus points if you're going to Taramwin as well. Because normal gauntlet's going to have that too. But that's, in my opinion, the play. Echo bosses can catch these hands. They can, especially with protection prayers there. There you go. That's my opinion. Try that build just a little bit. If that tickles your fancy and solves your problem, I think it does. I'm going to give you 70 IQ. Now, just to quickly shed some light on why Shangus is 60 IQ. Because he's got no protection prayer penetration. And he's gone staff and wand. So Shangas, fix that. Get some prayer pen. Get some pork in your fork. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time doing those echo bosses. Otherwise, good build. Good work, guys. You've all done a very good job today. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.